morning and welcome to the Morning Buzz. This is Mike G, and I have so much to share with you. Wow. So recently I was tagged in a post that was talking about orgasmic meditation. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. It's also called Oming, and it was developed here in the United States by a woman named Nicole de Doan. She also wrote a book called Slow Sex. Basically, the premise of this is that a partner, or quote unquote a stroker, will stroke the upper left quadrant of a woman's clitoris for 15 minutes. There's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to get to, meaning that, the point of all this is not to have sex. It's basically to really just provide a pleasure for a woman and allow her to be in her body for 15 minutes. And orgasm, as opposed to climaxed or quote unquote coming, is not necessarily going to happen. In fact, most of the time it doesn't. What you experience, or what the woman experiences, a deep connectedness, not only to herself and her body, but also to the person who's stroking her. And so it's a very generous act. It's interesting because in this post that I was tagged in, there were many comments, and they were hilarious because at the end of the article, and the article is talking about, how people are getting off for 15 minutes, in Britain, and, there's these clubs that are getting together, and they're called Oming circles, and it's a movement, and it's on the edge, and it's like a subculture that I've never experienced before. But I begin to delve into the community, and I begin to learn more about them, and I got to tell you, it's very loving, very open, very honest community, and I plan to have them on my podcast very soon. So there are two organizers here in Phoenix, Arizona, Cynthia and Henrik, and shout out to you guys. Love you guys. You're amazing people. And they're teaching this practice, and it really is a meditational practice. And so I got tagged in this post, and I'm laughing because I'm watching the comments, and they're going, oh my God, strangers. And a lot of them sound like they're from England. These Oming circles are happening in Britain, so obviously we're getting a lot of comments. But it's so funny that they're talking about, oh, it's 150 pounds for 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Well, so I read the entire article, right? And it's really, really well written. It explains everything, and I'm going to go ahead and put a clip up shortly that explains Oming so that you can see for yourself what it is. Just an explanation. You're not going to see any naughty bits, all right? But and they're saying, in the comments, oh my God, 150 pounds for 15 minutes? And by a stranger, you're going to let some stranger rub your pussy? It was hilarious. So, no. So the 150 pounds that you would pay is for a class, and it states that quite directly, right? It's a class that you take. Why would you take a class? Well, there's a specific way to do Oming. And so let me just stop right here, and I'll have Nicole de Doan explain that for you, okay? And here you go.
All right.
Hi. Come on in. Hi.
Natalie.
I'm Nicole.
Give you a hug.
My name is Nicole de Doan. I'm the author of a book called Slow Sex. Wait, it gets better.
Okay.
I've heard of your stuff.
The art and practice of the female orgasm. And I run a company called One Taste. And our vision is that one day you'll hear yoga, meditation, and orgasm all in the same sentence without whispering the third. You look shocked.
Talking about it in public and stuff just seems like I wish I had a cocktail.
And you? How comfortable are you talking about sex?
I mean, I'm fairly comfortable. I guess it depends on where it goes. I'm not familiar yet with exactly what you do, so now my brain is open to learn something.
The Orgasmic Meditation with Nicole de Doan was...
Orgasmic meditation is a 15-minute timed practice between two people where both people focus all of their attention on the point of connection between a finger and the clitoris.
I tried to keep the most mature face I could, so I was like sitting there chewing my gum. Yeah, this is normal.
How do you feel about seeing a demonstration?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Seeing it. What is
Seeing it for you, not on you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
So how we'll do it is I'll describe what's going to happen, and then I'll bring in two people to do the demonstration for you. So there are 10 primary spots on the clitoris, and each spot has a sensation associated with it. So, for example, there's like the deep back part where you get this like kind of grinding, almost like earthy or sexual feel. There's the ridge of the clitoris where if you stroke it more quickly, it'll feel almost like reverence in her body, and he'll be able to stroke her body in a way that it's like a symphony of sensation.
Naturally, you know, when you hear something like that, like, hey, there's this technique that can like provide like the ultimate bliss to a woman as a guy, and you know, I'm like, well, hey, how's that work, you know?
With his left finger, he'll stroke the upper left-hand quadrant of her clitoris.
When it comes to like defining orgasm, I'd probably just Google it and read whatever pops up.
I think it's cut and dry. The definition of orgasm is a
All right. Now, does that make sense? Right. So it's very simply a practice. That's it. And you're not paying for it. What you're paying for is the class to learn how to do it properly, to do it correctly. Because Oming is free. It's a gift. In fact, that's one of the things that's noted in the bylaws, I guess, of the company is that, you know, we're not going to charge for this. This is really a practice. What you're learning is costing $150, and it's a one-day seminar. It's actually a class. And practitioners are brought in and trainers and coaches, and there's a whole infrastructure behind this. So it's not just some willy-nilly, you know, fly-by-night pussy stroking company that's making money off of it. You guys are hilarious. I love you. But this is also for you. So I'm going to post this in the comments so that you can see this morning buzz. At any rate, I think it's such a benefit to humanity. And, you know, men and women, we have a hard enough time connecting. And I think that this just brings such a confidence and such an openness to connecting. And so, yeah, definitely check it out. All right. So for the morning buzz, and I know the topic is sex, but we all do it. You know, which one of us was born without genitalia? I don't know. I don't know of anybody. I mean, I've asked a few people, do you have naughty bits? I have naughty bits. Okay. Do you touch your naughty bits? I touch my naughty bits. So, yeah, I get it. The morning buzz, all about sex this morning. But think about it. We get so weird about sex. Why? Everybody does it. The fact that you're watching this video right now is a direct result of the sex your parents had to have you. Think about that. For the Morning Buzz, I'm Mike G. We'll see you tomorrow morning.